the first step for the white people who are really earnest about trying to move forward on this is to allow themselves to be taught and allow themselves to listen to what black people are saying and understand that there's a reason why their perspective is very different than ours when it comes to these issues, because they live it and they experience it and we don't. So give it the credibility it deserves, and I think it will enable us to move forward on the topic, to move forward in America and actually have a shared common context from which to judge events that are happening throughout the country. White people who are really trying to do right and trying to understand race relations should be asking themselves specifically, what was my upbringing like? What information did I get? Where do my beliefs on race and race relations come from? Is the way I think about race and race relations and racism, is it my opinion or is it information and knowledge that I've gained? And if you think it's information and knowledge that you've come to the place you have with your beliefs, then I would ask, then name those specifics to yourself, if not to anyone else. Name those specific sources of information that have given you the beliefs that you hold. And if you can't point to any specific areas of information, then most likely what you're talking about is your opinion and sort of scraps of information that you got as you grew up. Because I can certainly say, as somebody who's really studied this topic and wanted to become better myself about the issue of race and racism, I can tell somebody, the books I've read, the seminars I've attended, the workshops I've done, or completed, the black friends or family members who I've dialogued for hours and hours and hours on end about the topic. I can point to different things that have helped in my education, just in the same way that I could point to somebody about my education in law. I could say I went 3 years to law school, sat and took a test to get my Juris Doctorate degree, spent 30 years in the practice, and I can quantify that and I can tell somebody that. You really have to be able to do the same thing about race relations. And if you have nothing to point to, then you're probably just espousing opinions and not knowledge.